Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new game here on StephenPlays. Some of you might be coming here after finishing up To the Moon, and if so, welcome back. For those of you who haven't already watched To the Moon, I would highly suggest that you do before jumping into a bird story. The stories are not directly connected, but the games were created by the same person, the same company, Freebird Games, and I would highly suggest that you watch To the Moon first. Now, before we get too far into this, let me say a quick thank you to our producers over at Patreon. Their names are scrolling up on the right side of the screen now. Thank you so much. These are the people that support us at the producer level over on patreon.com. Quick shout out to them and also everyone who helps us out. If you'd like to learn more about Patreon, there is going to be a link in the description. You can learn more about how you can help support Mal and myself and the perks that come with it. So, whenever we talked about doing a bird story, and also To the Moon, it seemed like a lot of people had actually played To the Moon, which is awesome. But not a lot of people have played a bird story. And this is going to be completely blind for Mao and myself, just like To the Moon was. Mao is here, by the way.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
So we're jumping into this, and it seems like a lot of you guys had played To the Moon and enjoyed it, which is awesome. Because I also enjoyed it. Mao enjoyed it. It was a fantastic game. Once again, if you're watching this and you haven't seen or played To the Moon, please change that. But a lot of you haven't seen or played a bird story, so we are hoping that not only are we fixing that for ourselves today, but fixing that for you guys too. Because those who have played it said that it is very, very, very good and very wonderful. It's also kind of new. It's been out for a little less than a year at this point. Came out in November of last year. Mao, are you ready to get started?
Yes, I am.
Let's begin. Interesting. So we've got escape, space, and enter, and the arrow keys. I think we have to start at the beginning. Also, because of the nature of this game being very short, because it is supposed to be a very short game, we're not going to do traditional starts and stops on the episodes. We're just going to record this all in one go, and then cut it up afterwards. Now, there's one other thing I know about this game. At least I'm pretty sure it was this game, unless I dreamt it. That you might find a little surprising.
Yeah?
There is no dialogue. From what I understand, the entire game is just animation, just sprites. And using, the power of animation as well as the incredible power of music, the story is told. And to be honest, we've seen that in past games. You know just as well as I do that one of the most powerful games that really gets its message across with animation is Mother 3.
Yes, it does.
Whenever Mother 3 first came out, Mao and I played it, and it's in Japanese, and I know at least for myself, I really could not understand exactly what was going on through the dialogue, but due to the animations, I could.
I felt the same way.
And I just thought that was amazing, how well done it was. So I have a feeling that the bird story is going to kind of follow in those shoes, and we'll see what happens. So far we've got a boy, an unnamed, I guess maybe he's not a boy. It's not always easy to tell age.
Your shadow is running from you.
Interesting, I walk backwards. Huh. So when I push forward, I make like a little shadow guy. Also, when I click backwards, the lights go away.
I thought they were going away because you walked past them.
Yeah, I'm saying they're turning off because I'm moving backwards. I'm assuming that perhaps we were a bit older in that first scene, and this is the game's way of showing us that we're going backwards in time now. So we continue to turn off these lights. And it looks like we've hit our first little point here. So the clock has chimed. I think we've gone back in time. I think we were a little older. I'm not sure how old we are at the beginning, but now we've we moved backwards a little bit. Back to a classroom full of nameless faces. Flipping through a book.
Or folding a paper plane.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. God, I always loved being in classrooms as a kid that had windows.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
The square root of 1764 equals cat?
It's a very strange land. Wow.
You were sent in the hall.
I see that. I'm already very impressed by the, like the level of animation. I think I'm not allowed to move.
Seems like it.
I was sent outside for something I didn't do.
Now you can move.
What was interesting is that I can still move with the mouse. And in To the Moon, they really stressed that I could use the mouse. And there was a particular part or two where they wanted me to use the, I got it past her. Where they wanted me to use the arrow keys. But it looks like in this game they're telling me, use the arrow keys, but I'm still using the mouse, unless I find reason otherwise. Also, what?
Tree lockers. You've never seen those in school before?
Mal,
and,
please don't mess with my head, because
indoor playgrounds?
See, now I know that you're just being silly, but a minute ago, I would have thought that maybe it was just some weird Wisconsin thing.
You're making the people disappear.
Yeah, I see that. Huh. Oh, I think I have to use the arrow keys because I got stuck briefly. Oh, I get rid of them that way.
You're so awful.
Okay. So he's lonely.
Seesaw's not built for one.
He wanted to seesaw, but there was no one that would seesaw with him.
You think Lloyd's in that trash can?
I would say that the chances are slim to none, Mal. This is not a remake of Mother 1. So we're kind of getting a look into this boy's childhood, into his life, and we're seeing that maybe he was picked on because that kid stole his airplane.
He was lonely.
And he was certainly lonely because he had no one to play with. Alright, now we're at somewhere new.
Did you go in that building?
Yeah, I'm guessing I probably can. I'm always worried about missing stuff, but I assume that the game is probably fairly linear. Can't check any of this stuff. I can go upstairs. I had to do a little hop.
That guy waited for you.
Well, I mean, he's not a jerk. I think most decent people would wait for you. Nothing here. It's interesting, some of this music is actually reused from To the Moon. Like this low ambient music here. Okay, so I am getting home from school.
Or you're playing hooky.
Well, yeah, I guess I kinda did leave. The teacher asked me to stay. But I also imagine that we're experiencing kind of a montage. No one's home. There's a note, but we don't get to see the note. They're really sticking to their guns on this,
No dialogue?
no dialogue thing. But I like it. And it certainly had to have presented itself as a challenge for the developer, you know? To try and get a clear message across. We can turn on the lights here. There's a switch here. Doesn't look like there's anything else.
There's another door in the living room.
Yeah, there is. Can't interact with any of this stuff. Wait, what was that? Okay. Now that I got that out of my system. It's hard to put myself in those shoes again because it's something that I would, like, not do.
Because you would bang your head?
Well, I was gonna say because I'm an adult, but yeah, sure, because I would bang my head. But, you know, it's a thing that kids like to do. It's, you know, if mom and dad's not around, we can jump on the bed. Oh, so this is the same room.
Mm-hmm. From earlier?
So maybe maybe I'm not super old. Maybe I am still fairly young. Still living at home. Maybe my parents are still around. Now, it looked like is he hungry? Is that what that was supposed to be about?
I think so.
I mean, maybe I should have went to the kitchen. Maybe that made more sense.
You collected your shadow, now go to the kitchen.
And my shadow came back. I might have to do certain things in certain order. Here we go. Let's get ourselves a snack. I have a big spot in my heart for sprite-based games. I know that they're not for everyone. But I think maybe just because I grew up on the Super Nintendo and played a lot of them, maybe that's why I have a deep appreciation for them. And there's certainly an art to it. It's completely different from, you know, polygonal-based games. So now he's saying that he needs to go back to his book.
Gotta study.
Alright, back to the book. Did he tear out a page to make a...
Kinda sounded that way.
Yeah, that's the impression I got. I think he tripped. So he's having a hard time studying. He can't stay focused. He's going to be making all these paper airplanes. But I'm curious if, you know, if and when his parent or parents are going to come home.
If and when.
I mean, I gotta admit, the kid's very, very focused to be able to come home on his own and
Do his
get
own
started.
homework.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone tucked a blanket over his shoulders.
Wow, good shot. I'm impressed. So he's noticing the blanket. He's happy about that. Parents are already gone for the day. They must work really crazy hours. Wow.
Wow, that sink.
Alright. Can't do anything with the blanket.
The stove looks like a face.
I think if you really try hard, you can probably see faces in most everything.
It's like it's screaming.
What is up with the music right now? Is it
it's the
because
stove.
Is it because I'm groggy?
Maybe.
Let's see what this says. Oh, I need my backpack. So let's grab my backpack.
Probably need your book.
Probably need my book. So maybe I wasn't getting anything done. Alright, so let's grab the backpack. I'm just gonna double check outside. Nothing out here. But that is a heck of a view. There's nothing wrong with that apartment at all. Alright, so let's go back out.
It's not too high up for you?
For me?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
A muffin.
Do. Do I have 3 muffins? Okay, when I right click, it lets me choose chapter. Escape does the same thing. I'm assuming that I'll know when to eat them. It's raining, take an umbrella. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate that. Oh! Such defiance. Get the red light. Probably best to not get hit by a car.
Yeah.
Seems like a good idea.
That was a quick walk.
I actually that's very creative to me. The idea of condensing all of that stuff down into that single tiny map. It makes a lot of sense. Oh, I'm out.
You're gonna get in trouble again.
Probably should have eaten that muffin.